Hi guys, how you doing? It's time with Eric and Marie. I'm Eric,
And I'm Marie.
and we're back. We're back. So excited to come back your way after how many years of leaving it?
It's been a while. It's
been
been
a
a while.
while. It's been
Yeah,
a
say
while.
about, I think we said in our previous video, it's been about 2 years or
It's been
so.
about 2 years, and
Yeah.
over the 2 years, we've really enjoyed life to the fullest. Where Marie has been pursuing her political aspirations, and I have gone into my artistic aspirations as well, and we're still pursuing them individually. But hey, as a couple, we are back as Time with Eric and Marie on this channel.
Yeah. And I think when Eric talks about my political aspirations, I didn't really have it as something I wanted to do from a while back.
Okay,
I think it started, I started developing more interest during the coronavirus period, only because it was election year.
wasn't it? Yeah.
So that's what kind of triggered the interest in me going quite political and serving my community in that way. As a
That's
result of that, we couldn't really commit to our Time with Eric and Marie videos. But like we said, we are back.
We are back to Time with Eric and Marie.
Yeah, so this is purely marriage and relationships.
Yep. And then life, goals,
yeah.
personal development, everything
Yeah.
to do with life as a whole in a rounded way. So guess what? Today we're talking about the topic is love alone good to sustain marriage? Is
Yeah.
love alone
Enough.
enough to sustain your marriage? And that's what we're talking about today.
So I'm going to ask you,
Okay.
since you've asked the question, what do you think? What's your take on the question?
Should I just say ladies first?
Hey.
being the perfect gentleman that I am.
Okay.
What do you think? Is
So is love enough to sustain your marriage? The answer is an emphatic no. Love alone is not enough to sustain a marriage because marriage is life itself. Marriage is all aspects of life, not just yours, but a combination of yourself and your partner. Marriage is, I don't know, I think because I've been married for quite some time now, I have different definitions of marriage. At the beginning, I saw marriage in one light. Somewhere along the line, the definition changed. And as I'm sat here right now talking, I think marriage is combining two destinies together and two people's, everything pertaining to each other's lives, merging them, finding common grounds to become one. I think that's what I want to say.
Yeah.
Finding common grounds to become one. Because I am a complete universe. You are a complete universe. How do we merge the two universes into one to make it sync, to make it align, to make it so vitally united that there's no confusion, there's no chaos. It's just peace, serenity, unity, love, because that's where the love comes in.
Exactly.
And joy, happiness, and all of the above. So I would say love alone as we know it to be, which is what they call, is it amorous love or something like that?
Yeah.
You've met somebody, you think they're pretty because they've got hips, they've got a nice butt, they've got, a nice bust, pretty face. The guy is muscular like Eric here.
Tell me about it.
He's got a six-pack and things like that.
As it's developing.
Yeah. He's got a healthy bank balance, so you think, oh, I'm in love. Marriage goes beyond all that. What I learned recently is that we can look at marriage as like an onion. Yeah. So when you peel an onion, it's whole. But then there's different layers to an onion. So you can initially peel off the skin, then take off the first layer. There's another, you can peel it, you can, keep going until you get to the core in the middle of the onion. That's exactly how love is. There's different layers. That's exactly how marriage is, rather. So there's different layers to marriage. Like I said, the beginning of your marriage, as time goes by, maybe the first 5 years, first 10 years, we've done it, what, this year,
25 years since we met.
25
Yeah.
years. Guys, ain't no joke. There's layers to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, love alone is not enough.
Great answer. And I do agree with Marie wholeheartedly. When we first got married, and Marie said we've been married for 25 years now. We met in September 1997, thereabouts. And for the past 25 years, my definition of marriage has also changed. When I first met Marie, as she said, she's beautiful, very attractive, calm in nature. I like the vibe between us. She's surprised.
Calm in nature.
But that's why I said when I first met you.
Okay.
When I first met you, she was calm in nature. She was she's still attractive. She had all the qualities. That's why we're married for the 25 years. But over the years, my definition of marriage, and it's not only marriage that I'm centering on, I'm talking about my definition of love within marriage has changed, or the role of love within marriage has changed. Now, many a times we define love as what? Just staring at each other's faces, being lovely, dabbling around each other, making sure that you don't let go of each other and all that. And that's our definition of love. But love consists of so many aspects. There's the emotional side of love. There is also the can-do aspect of love, the action. Because love is a verb. So you have to be able to, as Marie was saying earlier on, consider every aspect of your marriage where love plays a role. What do I mean by that? When it comes to your finances, if you love your partner, you make sure that you provide for the person. And therefore, whatever it takes for you to have enough, love will let you go and pursue certain things that under normal circumstances you wouldn't pursue. But because you love your wife, you love your partner, you go and pursue to make sure that you put food on the table. Now, another aspect that love alone cannot solve is the life principles. Life principles. And by that, I mean your personal development aspect of you. Because love is a verb, it's an emotional element as well. When it comes to the actual elements of life, like how you coexist with each other, even though sometimes your partner might annoy you or might not agree with you, it's your aspect of being developed in life, being matured in life that would come in, not just the love alone staring at each other's face. So that's just one point that I'd like to leave here for Marie to come in, emphasizing or reinforcing the fact that love alone is not enough.
Yeah. So the topic is love alone enough for marriage? And you've covered the aspect of maturity.
That's right.
So developing yourself in order to be able to understand your partner. And if you guys watch our previous videos, you would realize that we always talk about us as human beings constantly evolving. So day in, day out, we are growing. I mean, one thing I say to Eric lately is that, like, something happens, maybe we're having a conversation, whether we're agreeing or disagreeing, I'll say to him, I'm growing. And as I'm growing, even in age, I am changing, because things I used to be tolerant about in the past, I'm no longer tolerant about them anymore. But as a result of love, I am still accommodating of certain things. So I think as we grow, as we mature in age, mentally, emotionally, financially, in all areas of our lives, we change as time goes by. But love, in the way that you described it, is what constantly draws us together.
Exactly.
And constantly brings us back to that center point, which is the core that I talked about. Remember the onion scenario that I gave? Love constantly brings us back to that center point, because otherwise, as we grow, as we mature, as our interests are even new interests are developing as we're going along, if you're not careful, you will drift apart. And this is where couples separate, couples divorce, and all manner of things happened. I won't sit here and lie and say that we haven't been through some of these things. Yeah,
it's been 25 years, isn't it?
Exactly. There's been instances where new interests, new desires, new aspirations have caused a bit of tension between us. But then again, love in the way that Eric described it, especially in terms of your self-development, has allowed us to be able to talk through very difficult circumstances or very difficult situations and still bring us to that center point where we haven't lost ourselves as individuals, neither have we lost the essence of who we are as a couple. So love in the way that many of us know or understand it, especially for the younger ones. If you're in your late teens, early 20s, you want to get married, and you think, you've met somebody, like Eric said, you're all over the person because of the physical features. They're driving a Range Rover and things. Guys,
they live in a posh house.
Yeah, I love you, and I'll tell you the truth. Marriage goes beyond that. So love in the way that we typically understand it is not enough to sustain a marriage. You need to peel the layers of love itself. Therefore, one must define what love is.
Yes.
And what better way to define what love is than to go into the Bible if you're a Christian. And even if you're not a Christian, like we always say, take the Bible as a
motivational book.
As a motivational book. So go into the Bible and ask yourself, or find out from the Bible, the true definition of love. Because to sum it all up, my understanding of love is that of all the greatest positive qualities in life, love is the greatest of all of them.
Exactly.
Being able to forgive, being able to open up to receive another person's flaws, their mistakes, their flaws, the good, the bad, the ugly about them, being able to embrace their family no matter what, because you love the individual. You're committed to that individual. You're committed to your marriage. You're committed to making the relationship work and go, its full length. Because marriage is a lifetime itself. However long the two of you stay together.
It's a lifetime
by itself.
Let's delve a bit more into what the Bible says about love. So the Bible says that love is patient, love is kind, love does not hold faults or grudges against each other. So and it says a bit more.
Love is long suffering.
That's right.
I think.
Long suffering. Yeah, let's not ignore that fact. So when you understand the meaning of each of these terms, then you know what love entails. But it's important for us to dwell on the fact that love alone is not enough. And your ability to communicate, your ability to commit to each other, your ability to even compromise, yes, for the sake of love, your ability to understand your partner, putting yourself in each other's shoes, or knowing why they behave how they behave, alone can help you sustain the marriage. Because as Marie said, as we grow, we become different. Everything on earth grows, except the inanimate things, even those they wear out. But everything grows. So the Maria I met in 1997, it's not the same Maria I see right here.
I just had an aha moment.
Right.
Everything grows and everything dies as well. Because in every growth, there's death.
That's right.
Looking at plants, for example, sometimes they have to die
to be able to spring up
in order for the new growth to happen.
Yes.
Seasons die in a way, in the sense that we are in winter now. At some point, winter will move for spring to come. When spring goes through its full course, it will shift for summer to come, and then autumn, etc., etc. So it's the same with our character, our behavior, and everything. There's times where, as a result of love, as a result of your commitment to your marriage, certain character traits, certain behaviors need to die within you in order for new growth to happen that would enhance the love that you guys have for each other to sustain your marriage.
So that what she said is really true. It confirms what I was saying, that we change, we evolve. But then our involvement should all lead towards a positive and much stronger version of ourselves. Now, if we're not growing, growth is a positive thing. Death is normally seen as a negative thing. But today I want us to consider the fact that death of a bad character or a bad thing is also good, as Marie just explained. So as we grow, the better version of ourselves should come out. Even if you're developing new interest in our marriage, we should be communicating that type of interest to our partners. Because if our partners see us, let's say, taking on a new talent or a new interest, let's say, all of a sudden I decide to now go for a salsa class and I don't involve Marie, and every evening I'm there, I am developing my personal goals, but Marie would not be aware of what's taking place in my life. It's best that I inform or communicate that to her to say, I've developed a new interest. I need to be going for classes, let's say, every Tuesday evening. And even try and invite if she wants to join or not. You know, in marriage, there are three things. There's myself, there is my partner, and there is the marriage. It takes
There's us.
That is us. So it takes a conscious effort for us to work on the us. As Marie said from the beginning, two individual destinies coming together as one. It will take working on for that to work. So our conclusion is love is not enough, but it takes for the both of us to work on different elements that makes us human beings for that to work.
To sustain a marriage.
Exactly.
So I think, just as Eric said, we want to keep our videos very nice, short and sweet.
Yes.
I hope we've exhausted today's topic, but in a nutshell, love alone as we know it. I don't know why I want to add the phrase as we know it. Yeah, because we understand love a certain way.
Isn't it?
Yeah, but it goes deeper than what most of us think love is. So love alone as you think you know it now is not enough to sustain a marriage. Marriage is deep. Marriage is meant to be for a lifetime. And if you consider us as human beings and everything that pertains to us as human beings, which is very complicated, then you ought to understand that love alone cannot sustain a marriage. It takes several different ingredients and aspects of you, which includes yourself and personal development, to make your marriage sustainable and enjoyable. So,
guys, there's more content coming your way, so do well to subscribe to the channel. Press on the notification button so that whenever we upload a new video, you'll be well notified. And invite your friends to subscribe as well. There's more coming your way.
Definitely. So look forward to another upload, God willing, sometime next week. Thank you.
God bless you.
Bye.